Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with an interesting video. Many of you know me from either Pokemon, Tesla, Earth 2, but I do finance videos as well. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, it's not financial advice, but some of you have been asking, some of you have been more like questioning and like accusationally saying like, oh, I thought you were, weren't you just living in your car? You know, how do you have money for an $80,000? This doesn't make sense. How do you have money for $80,000 for a card where you were living in your car last month? That does not make sense at all. Well, it depends on what you think makes sense and what is sane and what is insanity. How I went from 2017 with a couple $1,000s to my name to having almost $500,000 in assets right now, and so inside of 4 years, is because I lived like a pauper. Where you see where I am right now, this 1-bedroom apartment with a tiny kitchen and a little room that I don't even need, that other room, and a bathroom, is peak luxury for me, because up until this point I was saving as much money as I can by either living in one room in a house with like 8 other dudes, or I was living in the place I was before, a small room right next to a boiler, aka a boiler room. It's like, well, Chavez, you showed us your 1099 for this year. You made, well, almost $200,000. Why are you doing that? Well, that's how much I grossed. Yeah, I grossed, and which is not a lot. Grossing that much for this amount is not a lot. Yeah, I grossed double that in 2019. 2020 was just, it's a horrible year. I lost a lot of money. But why I'm doing that is because I am not bougie. I didn't get like this because I go out to dinner 3 nights a week, and I don't fill my nights with, ordering pizza and get a bottle of wine and getting haircuts every 2 weeks. I haven't gotten a haircut in like 9 months. I built up this much wealth because I grind. Like, what? I'll show you something. My day has been filled with taking some Pokemon cards that are very, very mint, putting them into penny sleeves, and then putting them into a top loader card savers. So that's what I do when I am not making YouTube videos, and I am not answering comments, because I get well over 1,000 messages, comments, and notifications each day. When I'm not doing that, I am buying and selling cards on eBay. That is one of my businesses. The other one is high risk lending, where I'm going over people's bank statements, where I am a financial advisor, and I'm saying like, hey, okay, so if I got you this extra $30,000, and you can get, buy materials that you can get at a discount because you can buy them in bulk, and then that's for your next job, and so you have $20,000 for that, $10,000 to float your receivables until you get paid. Will that work for you? My job is going over bank statements and telling my clients, this is the best thing for you, for your business right now, because of this, and this, X, Y, and Z. I do those 2 things for 12 hours a day. And I cut back on those things for YouTube, for you guys, for Earth 2, Tesla, Pokemon videos, because that I believe the potential in this is worth more than, Pokemon or high risk lending, where I have made my fortune already. And somebody's saying like, Chavez, you have a proven system of success. It clearly works. You just bought an $80,000 card, which is now worth well over $200,000, probably close to 3. Why would you change that for YouTube, where you're making $14 a day right now, where I was doing it for free for months? Because that's what I see. I see patterns and I see things, and I can cut down on that so I can do this. So that's what I think. Now, as far as being bougie and whatnot, again, when I'm saying this is luxury, and I moved from a boiler room to this, that's part of the reason. If you want to be financially successful and secure your financial future, you do not need to be in a house if you are single. You do not. You do not need a house. Even if you're doing well, making $80,000, $100,000 a year, you do not need to do that. You live well within your means, and you will be financially successful. You secure your financial future, and after 5-10 years, you won't have to worry about money, probably ever again. And that's something that we can all do. I did not what I was yesterday. I spent $60, which is a lot for me, on my friend Steve. You saw him yesterday on my Earth 2 video, old military buddy of mine, for him to go out to dinner because he drove 2.5 hours to come see me on Long Island for my YouTube channel, and we made a video for him too. To do that, so I spent money in, but that some people that make far less than I do go out and do that type of dinner multiple times a week, or even once a week. I will do that once more now because I have a girlfriend, but no, I do not do that. And I know you say, like, what type of life is that? What type of life? Why are you working so hard if you can't spend your money? I'm 30 years old. And a couple of you that are younger than me on here that are in some of you are in your teenage years. Some of you are in your early 20s. Yeah, why would I do that? I'm not going to do this for 10 years. Well, I've only been doing it for 4. And why I'm doing that is because, again, I have about almost $500,000 in assets. And this way, if I keep doing it and become a millionaire in the next couple of years, probably 35, I don't have to work again. I'm sacrificing now so I can enjoy life later. Whereas some people that don't do that, they have to continue that rat race. They have to continue at their job. They have to continue doing it over and over and over for 30, 40 years until they can retire, maybe at 65. Maybe. I don't know. But if they're going to continue to try to live that bougie lifestyle, it might not work. The Millionaire Next Door is a video. Is a book where you have this one guy that owns a janitorial company, and he works as a janitor. That's what he goes. He drives his normal, nice car. Not even a nice car, just a normal car, nothing fancy. Goes to a job as a janitor, and he's a millionaire. Why? Because he has a janitorial company, and he's not afraid to do the other work. Part of what he does is janitorial services. Same thing with and he's got more wealth than a lot of people on his block because they live lavish lifestyles. You have two surgeons make $700,000 a year each. At the end of 10 years, one is worth $5 million, the other's worth $400,000. Why? Because one of those people, they go out and they party and they spend as much as they can get, and they go and they have a house out in the Hamptons, and the other guy just doesn't. They just live within their means, and then they have however much money they want for years. Why I advocate for people to not go to school if what they're going to school for is they're not going to be happy, or if they're just going to have so much debt and the job that they're going to get is like $50,000, $60,000 a year. There's no reason to go to school for $30,000 a year if you're going to make $50,000. Now, you can make the argument, say like, okay, well, you know what? It's worth it because the only person that believed in me when I was younger was my guidance counselor. Maybe a teacher here and there, but my guidance counselor really helped me, and they had talked me out of some bad things that I was doing. And if I can do that for kids, then that's worth it. Yes, you are correct. You are absolutely correct. That I think if that's what you want to do, and sacrifice, go into a lot of debt because you think I'll help kids. Yes, I think that's very commendable. Part of what I'm doing, why I'm working 16, 18 hours a day, is because I want to get $500,000 and buy land in Madagascar. Not in Earth 2, not in the game, in real life, because that's where the most endangered species are. if we are alone in this universe, every life is precious, and I want to conserve that. I want to conserve. Elon Musk is working on conserving human species. I'll work on animals. I don't want other. I want today's kids and future kids to grow up in a place that maybe is better than the world we have now. I think they will. But that's it. Some people, they go out and they try to keep up with the Joneses. They have houses that they don't need just to try to impress people they don't like. And other people, like me, that do not care about what other people think about me, we just don't do that. We live well beneath our means, and that's why I'm able to have so much money inside of 4 years. Again, this was why didn't I do this when I was 23? I was in the military. We had other things. We had other things we were thinking about. Yeah, so I just wanted to do that as like an update. I love you all. Everyone, watch out for an Earth 2 update video later. And meow. Talk to you all later. Goodbye. Meow.